Polygon is one of the premier layer 2 networks for Ethereum. Polygon is one of the OGs in the space when it comes to Ethereum layer 2 sidechain kind of stuff. And this is a protocol that's growing all the time, a protocol that's evolving about as fast as crypto itself does. These guys are builders. But like the shape itself, Polygon is multifaceted, dare I say complex. Polygon proof of stake, Polygon ZK EVM, Polygon 2.0, MATIC transitioning to the pool token. What the heck is going on, man? Well, do not worry, because in today's video, we are going to break Polygon down for you. In fact, we're going to do it so simply that anybody can understand what the heck this protocol is and where it is going. And that will lead us, of course, to being able to make better decisions when it comes to investing in the cryptocurrency space, whether in Polygon or something else. Before we dive in, please note that we have not been paid to make this video. This information is provided to you for free for educational purposes. This is not a recommendation for you to go out and to buy or to sell or to hold the Polygon token. Furthermore, you can see my full risk statement for crypto, because crypto investing is risky. You can lose all your money, as well as my portfolio disclosures, all my current holdings, my venture investments, and beyond in the description on YouTube or the pinned comment on X. Okay, so Polygon, layer 2 network for Ethereum. Let's get it. It's operated by Polygon Labs, which is a blockchain development company based in India. Like other layer 2s, Polygon's purpose is to increase Ethereum's scalability, meaning that Polygon works to increase the amount of transactions that can be processed on Ethereum, or using Ethereum infrastructure, we should say, while also reducing the cost of these transactions. Imagine Ethereum's this big old fat major highway. It's experiencing a lot of traffic jams. Polygon acts as a highway built on top of Ethereum, while Polygon ZK EVM does, and Polygon's more like a parallel road, all for the purpose, of course, of helping to move more traffic along, or in Ethereum's case, helping to process more transactions, but all with the same goal, providing those Ethereum compatible applications that people love. However, Polygon isn't just one highway or one blockchain built on Ethereum. Rather, it's a collection of layer 2s built on Ethereum. Let's start by looking at the main pieces of the Polygon puzzle that are operating right now. The first is the OG, the original. I'm talking about Polygon's proof of stake chain, otherwise known as Polygon POS. Launched back in 2020, Polygon proof of stake was Polygon Labs' first layer 2 on Ethereum, technically a side chain. This chain has settled more than 2 billion transactions for an average fee of a penny. Currently hosts hundreds of decentralized applications, quite a popular chain. People still use it a lot, spanning from DeFi to gaming to NFTs to a whole bunch of other stuff happening over there. Polygon Proof of Stake has 100 dedicated validators, each of whom stake MATIC to process transactions. These validators then batch transactions into different blocks and then send them off to Ethereum as a single submission for settlement. The next big piece of Polygon is the Polygon CDK, or the Polygon Chain Development Kit. Polygon CDK is an open source software toolkit that allows third-party developers to be able to come in, build, and then launch their own ETH layer 2 chains. Polygon CDK gives developers extensive freedom when designing the architecture and the operation and the economics of their own chains. Multiple projects have already or are planning to build layer 2s using the Polygon CDK, including Immutable, which is a blockchain-based gaming platform, OKX, a global crypto exchange, and a Star, a crypto development network and blockchain. Then there's the Polygon ZK EVM network. ZK EVM stands for zero knowledge Ethereum virtual machine. Polygon ZK EVM is a network of computers that run the Ethereum virtual machine. This means users can access the same functionality as Ethereum, but do it on Polygon for much less ka-ching. This network then bundles together transactions, generates a zero knowledge proof of the transaction having happened, and then sends it off to Ethereum for final settlement. ZK proofs are basically small pieces of data that prove that the transactions they represent are valid without actually giving away super detailed information about the particular transaction itself, which is pretty cool, right? Currently, about 500,000 wallets are connected to the Polygon ZK EVM network with about $10 million in total value locked up. And finally, there's Polygon's native token, the MATIC token. Back when it was the MATIC network back in the day, MATIC has 3 use cases: transaction fees, network security for the Polygon proof of stake chain via their classic proof of stake model, which give you stake rewards, and of course, 3, governance. There is a maximum supply of 10 billion MATIC. 99% of those coins have been released into circulation, which is pretty good to note, by the way, with 100% released by April 2025. So that's Polygon proof of stake, the CDK, the ZK EVM, and the MATIC token. This gives you a basic idea of the network as it's currently operating. There's a lot to take in, a lot of moving pieces, but to really understand Polygon, we need to know where it's headed. Polygon is currently transitioning to Polygon 2.0. Polygon Labs describes 2.0 as the value layer of the internet. I dig it. Nice tagline there, guys. The idea is that Polygon will go from a collection of layer 2s on Ethereum to an interconnected, or as the developers call it, an aggregated network of layer 2s on Ethereum. For the users, 2.0 will feel unified. You're just using Polygon, but you can access any dApp inside the network, oblivious to what chain you're actually on when you're using the ag layer. So there's no changing blockchains, bridging tokens between chains, or any of that other nonsense that if you've been on chain and doing stuff, you're probably very, very used to. It's kind of a pain in the butt. On the back end, all of Polygon's blockchains, from the Polygon proof of stake chain to the CDK chains to the ZK EVM network, they are all interconnected via a unified aggregation layer. This aggregation layer connects all the chains via shared liquidity and the same machine language. The entire network will be secured by a set of proof of stake validators who operate within this aggregation layer. And 2.0 will scale as needed with new chains deployed via the CDK. The key to 2.0 involves MATIC also transitioning over to the POL token, or the Polygon ecosystem token. POL will serve as the base liquidity inside Polygon's aggregation layer, and the aggregation layer validators will be required to stake POL in order to process transactions across the entirety of the interconnected network. POL has an initial supply of 1 billion tokens with an annual inflation rate of 2%. Users can currently burn their MATIC for POL on a one-to-one basis should they wish to do so. This economic transition is happening naturally as Polygon 2.0 continues to develop. So, okay, if you've hung in there for all of that, it's pretty dense, I know. So well done for sticking around. That's a lot of info, but that's the important points, right? It's important to pull out and pull apart these various aspects of Polygon so we know really what's going on and what Polygon actually is and does. Now, before we continue, let me interrupt the flow real quick to let you know what the best damn newsletter in the cryptocurrency industry is. My newsletter. I know, shocking, right? But it's called Wealth Mastery. And every single week, my team and I are bringing you the latest and the greatest and the best opportunities and insights in the cryptocurrency space. Airdrops, altcoin news, deep dives, NFTs, technical analysis, and much more. Let my team of researchers and I do the hard work for you. Find the news, find the stuff you need to know. You can join 120,000 plus weekly readers and sign up for free using the link down below in the description on YouTube or the pinned comment on X. Thank you very much. Now, what about Polygon's key statistics and partnerships? Well, the most important statistic is probably the total value locked on chain, a great indicator of the economic health of the chain. Out of the 5 major Ethereum layer 2s, Arbitrum, Blast, Base, Polygon, and Optimism, the Polygon proof of stake chain has the 4th highest TVL at 1.06 billion. However, this does not include Polygon's ZK EVM network or its other Polygon CDK chains, although the TVLs over there are very, very low overall. What's interesting, however, is Polygon has the most active returning addresses at 1.12 million, which is more than double that of Base. Currently, Base probably going to go way crazier than that, but Base comes in second place right now at 400K. Polygon's fees, at least on Polygon proof of stake, are roughly comparable to the other least expensive Ethereum layer 2 options like Arbitrum and Optimism, about a penny per transaction, which is totally affordable if you ask me. What about partnerships? Well, we could do a whole gosh darn video on the partnership stuff. Polygon Labs has made connections with some of the biggest brands in the world, including big partners like Mercedes-Benz, Disney, Nike, Starbucks, Reddit, Nubank, Fox News, and many, many others. Some of these connections are kind of exploratory in nature, meaning that the brand and Polygon Labs are trying to figure out if it actually makes sense for these businesses to even have Web3 stuff, NFTs, whatever, if it makes sense for them to use Polygon in the ways they're trying to use it. But some of these brands are also already integrated into the network. Polygon also has countless technology and venture capital connections with some of the most prominent players across the space, including, of course, the likes of Chainlink and Coinbase and Dragonfly and Galaxy, OKX, KuCoin, and on goes the list. Now, let's talk opportunities. Let's talk risks. Cards on the table. Obviously, I'm pretty bullish on the Ethereum ecosystem, and I'm bullish on major Ethereum layer 2s more broadly as a concept. They're really helping Ethereum scale. This, of course, including Polygon. The project has a very successful track record, and these guys are hardcore builders, has a very sophisticated development team, a large user base, a big ecosystem, and a vision for the future. So I'm a fan of all that stuff. That's great. The major risk I see is that ETH layer 2 space is becoming so crowded and so developed that Polygon could slowly fade away into the background and is simply outcompeted by all these other new layer 2s that are getting more hype, like Base, for example. And this is possible, of course, but maybe unlikely. That being said, Polygon hasn't really had wild hype yet this cycle. Maybe all these transitions, big news stories will help. Polygon's TVL looking good, active wallets looking good compared to other layer 2s. If Polygon begins to sink in these metrics, well, then it might be time to reconsider and keep an eye out for things. We want to see growth, we want to see these metrics continue to increase, more partnerships, more dApps, more use cases, more users on chain, more TVL, and to stay highly competitive as we see all these new ETH layer 2s coming up. But it's getting crowded out there, and it is also very, very competitive, and its current position is not guaranteed. They have to keep working for it. But again, the Polygon team, they're builders, and they have built a lot, and I think they'll continue to build a lot, and they'll continue to push the edges of blockchain innovation, which hopefully, like the field of dreams, if you build it, they will come. Thanks for watching.